Hi, welcome to Life Purpose by Design to our Resolute Faith series. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about still standing by faith. So, Resolute Faith series is a conversation of self reflection and self empowerment of what it truly means to live out your faith with an intentional awareness of your God designed purpose. And with the awareness of your God designed purpose, you're having a determination to experience your highest level of purpose. That is the purpose for which God designed for you to live. On our conversation by Still Standing by Faith, we want to just talk very practically of what living out your faith means. So join us for today's conversation, Still Standing by Faith. So when we talk about still standing by faith, we're really talking about having that resolute mindset, a mindset that is purpose, that is determined, and that is unwavering in your goals, in your dreams, in your visions, whatever your God design purpose is, and not just a long-term goal, but that day-to-day. How do I live out the day-to-day faith? What is that faith that I need so that I can stay purpose, so that I can stay determined, and so that I can be unwavering, so that I can reach what God has purposed for me? So Ralph Emerson says, for the resolute and determined, there is both time and opportunity. So a resolute heart is defined this way by vocabulary.com. A heart that is purposeful and a determined person, someone who wants to do something very much, but won't let anything else get in their way. And so when we are thinking about what are some of the things that may get in our way, what are some of the things that may cause us to stumble? Well, today's special guest, we are welcoming author and motivational speaker, Lori Vober, for our conversation on Still Standing by Faith.
Hi, Sheila. Thank you so much for having me back on. I so much appreciate this time.
Hi, Lori. Thank you for coming back. You always have such phenomenal, transformational stories and testimonies to share with us. So it's always my pleasure for me to connect with you, sister to sister, and also for you to share with the world the things that God has been doing in and through you. So we were talking about a life of resolute faith means with making a personal choice to knowing who you truly are, why you're here, and then actively living out that faith so that you become all that God purposely designed for someone to become, being empowered on purpose. So it's kind of making the choice to remain still standing no matter what you face in life. So, Lori, I want you to catch us up on what's been going on with you. I've been seeing a lot of great and wonderful things as you are keeping us updated on your social media presence. So let's just have a general conversation. First of all, what's been going on?
Sure. Well, absolutely. Well, again, thank you again so much for having me. And yes, always a lot going on. And I love, and number one, I appreciate your support, and thank you for your listeners for diving in with us today. And absolutely, our faith and honestly, our choices to follow God and our pursuit is truly a choice, isn't it? And it's a constant. Our faith journey is a constant choice, and so as you know, my first book is titled Choices, and I'm so glad God gave me that title because I use it all the time. I think about it all the time, and our pursuit of God, our pursuit of our faith journey, truly is a choice. As many of your listeners probably know, and my first battle was a medical challenge as a stroke survivor at age 29. then became an adoptive mom 8 years later, and that brought on more experiences, more blessings and challenges. And with that, every challenge God has shown me as an opportunity, but it's also a choice. And so as we go through life and journeys and challenges come, our faith, I believe, is strengthened. But it's also a choice whether we follow God or we get stuck. And so I'm very grateful that He's given me the faith and the journey that He has, and that I continue to look to Him and draw closer to Him. But again, it goes back to that choice, right?
And I love what you said is that every challenge is an opportunity and every opportunity is a choice. That is so powerful. That
Yes,
is so powerful because sometimes we look at the challenges and we just see the hard thing, right? We
yes,
don't see it as this is an opportunity for me to make the choice to trust God, the
yes,
choice to
yes.
live by faith and not by sight.
And
So
so,
thank you so much for sharing those powerful words with us.
oh, thank you. And so many times we don't understand what's God doing and where we at and why. And I still don't understand many times. And then God reminds me, you know what? My plan has not changed. You're the one changing. You're the human one that keeps changing. I'm the God of the omnipresent. I'm the one that hasn't changed. So just keep the fine line, keep the blind trust, and keep your faith in me, because my plan will never change. And that's the hard part, right? Our blind trust in Him. But that's what He asks of us, and that's hard sometimes.
Yeah, and it's hard, but it's also exciting on the other side because then it's like what Ephesians 3 tells us, to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ask, think, or imagine. So to know that there's a God that loves us so much and
Hmm.
that is honored by our faith, that He has those things that we haven't even thought about and that it's beyond our comprehension until He brings it into manifestation. And so when I think about your life, I think about Ephesians 3:20 through 21 because you continue to live that out every single day. So I know you have a lot of exciting things to share with us. So let's just jump into when you hear the word still standing by faith, Lori, what comes to mind?
Oh, wow. I think of, again, choices. I think of, boy, standing by faith. I think of really just depending on God when things don't make sense. So many things in my life don't make sense. They still don't make sense. And you just have to stay grounded and stay in faith in Him, and really learn to lean on His word. And even though I'm surrounded by friends and family and an amazing support system and an amazing spouse, I still feel lonely sometimes, and I'm extremely connected. I have the blessed opportunity to lead several Bible studies. I'm in a wonderful church. Yeah, there's times I still feel lonely, and I have my very best friend, my God, and I still feel lonely. And He has shown me over and over again, you know what? I am putting you in this place so you will draw nearer to me. And it is on purpose that I'm putting you in this place. And I'm like, okay, I now understand you are putting me in this place so that I will draw nearer to you, so that when I go and have my desire to serve you better and be an author and speaker, which is where He's calling me to be, it is so I will know you better. And so He has, again, it goes back to that infinite plan that we don't even understand. But if we will continue to draw closer to Him and draw closer to His plan, um, we just have to have that faith and that make that choice. And sometimes it goes back to we don't understand all the infinite details, and we just have to have that trust.
Yeah, I think sometimes when I'm having my I'm lonely pity party. And I think God has just constantly been kind of reminding me that you're not in isolation, you're in protective custody. I
Oh,
have you in that place because I need you to hear from me clearly. I need you to see where I'm ordering your steps. And the more noise that I add to the space, then the more distance I become, not distant from God in terms of weakening my relationship with Him, but then I have all these other choices to make. And sometimes He did not purpose for me to have choice A through Z. He had choice A or B,
It's true.
will of His purpose. So I want to encourage our listeners that sometimes when you think that you are, poor lonely me, I'm all alone, God, while I'm in this lonely place, consider that He may have you in a kingdom protective custody so
Mm,
that you can clearly hear from Him, so that you can clearly see where He is leading, guiding, and inviting you to join Him in His word. So, Lori, you have so much going on. You have the first book, you're a contributing author to multiple other books, and then you're going to tell us about a very special fundraiser that you
yes,
had.
yes,
But
yes.
before you talk about the fundraiser, tell us about how you went from, the first book to the other opportunities that you had.
Sure, sure. So, my first book, like you just showed on the screen, I so appreciate that, was Choices. And then I really had the great opportunity to be a compilation author in three books now. And actually, I have, I believe, three or four books coming in 2024 as a compilation author. And so, I would like to encourage you, if you have the calling to write, but you are not real sure where you want to go, and you don't know that you are really ready to write your own book, I strongly encourage you to look into being a compilation author, because I have found that to be just a magnificent way to get your story out there, to get your message out there. And so, I just said, I've been able to publish my message now in several other books, and it just gives you the opportunity to share your message, share your journey in other ways. So, and also as you become a speaker, if that is something God put in your heart to do, um, then when you are speaking and you have a book signing table and a merchandising table, that gives you other products to showcase. And many times when you are speaking, other people like to see and what and take home what you have just spoken about. So I have found great success in just being a compilation author, and I love that I can do that, because then I can connect with other authors and share my journey with others. And there's so much power in relationships and connection. And God does not mean for us to be in isolation and for us to be alone. And we need each other. And so by being a compilation author, you are automatically paired with like-minded people that are trying to do and showcase their messages and their journey just the same as you are. So
So,
um,
what are some of your other titles?
yes, so one is called Radical Abundance, and then the other one just came out in June. I'm super excited about this one. It's called Girl, Get Your Life Back, and that one we just published with five other women stroke survivors. We all had different types of strokes, and I'm so excited about that one because it showcases what type of stroke we all had, and it shows that we all have different medical challenges. It talks about what our life looked like prior to our medical journeys, what our recovery looked like, and what our life looks like now. Because what we wanted everyone to understand is no matter what your medical journey is, and we all have different ones, it is so important to realize that you can have happiness, success, and a future past your medical challenges, whether that's stroke, cancer, or another medical disability. There is life past that disability and past that medical challenge. And so I'm just so phenomenally grateful that I had that opportunity to get in that compilation, just because I'm hoping that will really spur others to realize truly there is success and happiness past whatever hardship you're going through. And then we had a devotional that just came out that was uh, uh, 30 days, 30 stories, one God. And it's all about, written based on a conference that I go to every year, and it's speakers. We all came together and we put together a devotional, and it's a phenomenal opportunity for us to showcase not only us as speakers but as authors, our messages and our love for God, and just a short devotionals. And I love devotionals because it just gives you in the Word every day. And it was just a great opportunity for us to come together, and again, just um, not only showcase our love and our message to others, but also just be together in a compilation and further that bond together.
Okay. So you definitely have had a number of successful opportunities that have come through some of your challenges because you
Sure.
made the choice to continue to stand in your faith and also to obey the things that God was, the opportunities that He was presenting before you. You also shared on social media about a very special life moment that you're engaged in right now. So tell us about your fundraiser.
Yes, I appreciate you mentioning that. So, many of us go through challenges, and I have done a good job, I believe, persevering through my stroke. Online you don't see that I have a disability, and I'm grateful for that. However, if you saw me in person, you'd see that I still walk with a limp, and I only can use my right hand proficiently. But I didn't realize through my journey how much and how important vulnerability is, because I tried so hard to persevere to fit in and just belong, that I missed that vulnerability stage. And now, as I'm getting older, I'm having to backtrack. And so, I do want to encourage your listeners, if you've gone through a tough time, don't miss that stage of vulnerability, because so many times being vulnerable also helps you with that connection point. So, with that, though, many times we need extra help. And so, I have determined, in order to move forward in my journey, I do need some extra help. So, my fundraiser is to help me support the finances for a service dog. So I have a new service dog in training. His name is Maverick. He is a Belgian Malinois. He is in Sedona right now, Sedona, Arizona, being trained. I will go pick him up next week. He's been there for 6 weeks, and I'm super excited to have him join my life. A little anxiety just because it's something new, but definitely anxious to bring him home, incorporate him in my journey. Definitely something new. Everybody's asking me, how are you going to do this? Being that my right hand is my dominant hand, and I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to do all the things that everybody's asking me, but I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm just excited for not only physical support, but emotional support that I know he'll offer me. And just to um, have him on my journey, he will be a sense of stability, support, protection, and just as he matures, he's 7 months old now, and as he matures, he will be trained also for tasks, specific tasks, holding doors open, carrying bags, and just doing some of the things that I can't do right now on my own.
I'm so excited for you because, again, to me, this is just a preview to where God is taking you and the doors that are being opened, because you have really just been standing in your faith. You have been persevering. You have been being purpose, determined, and unwavering, Lori. And so I just want to, first of all, not just acknowledge you, but applaud you for your faith, because you've been going from faith to faith to faith. And so I just want to let anybody know, I don't care what your challenge is, your struggle is, you know, you have Lori's story and you have probably your own story to be a witness to the goodness of God, the unwavering faithfulness of God, that no matter what the challenge, like Lori says, the challenge gives us opportunities to make choices. And so today, as we're sharing, we're just wanting you to choose to trust God.
Yeah.
Just that simple. If you don't remember a whole lot other things out of this conversation, I want you to remember to just trust God.
Yeah.
So, in order for others to participate in supporting you, Lori, we've put the fundraiser link for the for Maverick in the description of this live, and we will definitely be helping you to get the word out and spreading the word on other social media platforms. But thank you for sharing your heart and where you're headed with this, because we definitely want you to um, be empowered on purpose with all of the resources that God had provided. And who would have known that Maverick would be one of the opportunities that he would provide to you? So, yes, it will come with challenges, as you mentioned, but we know that it is an opportunity, and you're choosing to continue to walk by faith and to fully embrace everything that God is making available to you. I am so proud of you, my sister.
Oh, thank you, Sheila. I appreciate you so much. Yes, and I do want to encourage your listeners, if they click on that link, not only will they see the fundraiser, but they will see a video. I did put together, I think it's about a 3-minute video of me speaking, just sharing my heart with you guys. It's a Maverick. The pictures I had him for about 3 weeks before he went in training. And I just so much want the the listening audience, the people out on social media that I haven't even met, to understand what an amazing journey this is, what amazing journey God's giving me. Maverick has no idea. He just thinks he's a fun little puppy right now. He has no idea what an amazing journey he's about to embark on. He doesn't know he's about to be the center of book signing events and books, and he's going to be in the midst of a children's book series that I'm already writing. I mean, he has no idea what his life is about to be, and I'm just so incredibly grateful. I'm grateful to God that He's given me this journey, that He's given me this passion, and He's allowed me to see what type of relationship we can have with him. And I encourage your listeners, if you're listening and you don't have a relationship with this God, please find someone in your life that does, and ask them, because I am so grateful for a friend in high school that showed me what a relationship with this God is like, because had I missed it, I can't imagine where my journey would be today, going through the stroke, going through the relationship I have with my kids. Had I not, and my children don't have the relationship with our God that you and I do, and I am so sad for them right now that they don't, because I can't imagine walking through what I've walked through without having the relationship that I do.
Well, as always, when you and I are partnering, we are always lifting each other's families in prayers. And God has been showing me this way, that even for people who have not confessed faith and who don't have a personal relationship with Him, because He created each of us, there is a part of God's hand that is in each of our lives. And I was just studying the scripture the other day where He says, "It is I," meaning God, that gives the person's heart and turns the heart to me. So we know that He gives every person every opportunity to make that choice. And so we pray and we come into an agreement with you and your family that as those challenging opportunities are presented to all of our family members who aren't having that personal relationship, that they will be so in tune to God's hand upon their lives and the work that He's doing in their hearts to draw them near to Him. And I love the other scripture where God says, you have not chosen me, but I've chosen you. So we're going to believe her, because we were all chosen to be in relationship with Him. And you never know, Maverick might be the instrument through which somebody can come to know God through. And I agree with you, because I'm in total agreement with you. The spirit of your faith Maverick, we're going to pray for Maverick because Maverick has no idea that he is about to go to the north, south, east, and west for God's purpose. Thank you so much, Lori. And again, we will definitely be doing our part to help promote and support you in your fundraiser for Maverick. One
Oh,
of my favorite quotes is this: life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning to dance in the rain. I
mm,
think that is such a word picture of what it means to have that resolute faith mindset, to make the choice to still be standing by faith, to live a life that's purposeful, that's determined, and unwavering. And so I want our audience to think about, what is it that keeps you going when everything around you tells you to, you need to downsize your life goals, you need to downsize your dreams and your visions. You are just thinking and dreaming too big, that you don't qualify for the bigness of God and what He's wanting to do in your life. What keeps you elevating your expectations to fulfill your higher purpose beyond life's headlines of today's story, of challenges, of detours, of obstacles that you face along the way. This series about still standing by faith is to encourage you that we're going to finish stronger together. And so I want you to just continue to join us for the series through the month of October as we have other special guests come on and share their still standing by faith stories and testimonies, because we really have more in common than we are different. And so just listening to other people's stories and testimonies, some of the challenges that they face, some of the opportunities that God has placed before them, and their pathway to making the choice to trust God, to walk by faith and not by sight. Hebrews 10:23 tells us, let us seize and hold tightly the confession of our hope without wavering. For he who promised is reliable, trustworthy, and faithful to his word. And he who promised is our God. And the message version says, let's keep a firm grip on the promises that keeps us going. He always keeps his word. So I want to encourage you today that if you're ever thinking about giving up on yourself, and we've all been there, we've all foolishly have made decisions and choices where we have accepted less than what God has purposed for us. But not today. Today, we are still standing by faith. We are walking by faith and not by sight, so that we can imagine ourselves winning. We can be in expectation of winning. Why? Because he who promised us keeps his word. So if you'll just refuse to give up, you're going to get there. You're going to get to what you've been hearing and witnessing through Lori, that you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter what the challenges is, no matter how it looks in the natural. Lori, you didn't know that there would be a Maverick in your future,
no, not at all.
but because you kept walking by faith and not by sight, you are doing the trusting, you are doing the believing, you're walking it out, you're living it out. You have literally refused to give up on you and on the God who created and purposed you. So, again, I just want to encourage our listeners, the God that we are serving is for everyone. There, we don't have any brownie points, we don't have no special reward points, we don't have any VIP status on this. You can have the personal relationship that God has purposed for you. You can stand relentlessly by faith. And whether God has a Maverick waiting for you or whatever or whoever he has waiting for you, if you just will not quit on yourself, because God is not quitting on you. So, Lori, in 1 minute, do you have any lasting words that you can share with our audience?
Oh wow. Just don't give up. Keep going. If you feel lonely, depend number one on your God if you know Him. If not, find a friend. Know you're never ever ever alone, even if you feel like you're alone, and know that you're always loved by someone.
Thank you so much for joining us for our Still Standing by Faith conversation, Lori. I look forward to hearing all the wonderful things that God is going to be doing through you. I'm looking forward to seeing Maverick on the platforms that God is going to take you to. So, to our listening audience, thank you so much for joining us today here at Life Purpose by Design. Our mission is for you to discover your true purpose by God design with clarity, with confidence, and a commitment to live empowered on purpose. So, next time, live empowered on purpose, and we hope to see you for our next special guest on our Resolute Faith series. And until then, we will be still standing by faith.